This is Brenda with Let's Wine with Brenda and Stacy, and this episode is dedicated to my friend Michele, who I lost recently. I've started this one over quite a few times, trying to follow an outline, and now I think it's just wrong to have an outline. I just want to pour my emotion into this episode. I met her over 20 years ago. She was a Girl Scout mom, and that's how I met her. I saw her sitting to the side, and when I was dropping my daughter off, I just went and made a beeline for her. There was something about her smile. Her eyes lit up a room. You know, people say that all the time, but she is one who I firmly believe, even if she was mad or sad, her eyes continued to smile. There was no way around it. I think of all those damn Girl Scout cookies and everything that we went through on those Girl Scout trips. She ended up later becoming a leader, and I remember always wanting to sit shotgun. I did not like to drive. She had a minivan, and anytime we went on one of these Girl Scout trips, I would offer to buy dinner for everybody if she would do the driving, and she always did. Very good driver. Luckily, she always said her camping was in a hotel, but we still had to make an appearance at Camp Wildwood every now and then, which was the Girl Scout camp in Florida. There was one camping trip where I could not make it there the first night. I had to work, so when I drove up the next day, my daughter Curry was standing there washing dishes, and come to find out, I guess a couple of the girls wouldn't be quiet the night before, her being one of them, and Michele didn't play her shit, and I loved that so much about her, that she had those kids doing everybody's dishes. Her house ended up being the go-to house where we would go hang over there. We would have karaoke parties. I would go over there and hang out with her, and then later I met my husband Scott, and she completely approved. I always felt that she could read people. I called her my magic 8-ball. And then when Scott would want to get up and sing something that wasn't even remotely new wave or disco, Michele was quick to get up and sing with him. She adored Scott and always made him feel so welcome. She was one of my bridesmaids at my Halloween wedding, and I know her faith was very important to her, and I thanked her so much for doing this. And she said, "Brenda, I am here to witness." She was like the little angel on my shoulder. She always told me that she didn't always agree with everything that I said, but she never had to question it. I'm sorry, she was just always there for the important things during that time period, and she was also there for me when I lost my husband. I just can't believe that she is gone now. When I was living in Spring Lake, we had almost daily phone calls, and she would just listen to my bullshit. There were just so many milestones. She was there for my daughter's wedding, and she used to babysit my grandchildren. All the things that we did, and the plays we went to see, and the Eddie Money concert, and the movies that we went to, Ghost Rider and Hairspray, and we were hooked on white chicks. I wonder how many times we said, someone's gonna have a BF. When we were at the Eddie Money concert, one of the radio station DJs saw us there together, and he's like, "How do you two even know each other?" And it's funny because in a small town like that, you might know everybody, but you don't know how they're entwined. I was like, "Scout Mom, we're good friends." And he said, "It's like looking at heaven and hell sitting right next to each other." Michele left behind a wonderful husband and 2 beautiful daughters. We've been going through old text, and my daughters and I have been screenshotting and sending things back and forth. And, Stacy and I were hoping that she'd make it to Georgia, and she just never did. I just know that this world was so much better off with that wonderful, beautiful person in it. I'll never forget you, girl. I love you.